Earlier today, Jordan Hicks announced that he was retiring from the NFL after 10 seasons. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski talked about Hicks in the retirement announcement before the Browns went out to practice at training camp.
I want to acknowledge Jordan Hicks, obviously a player, a person that I have an amazing amount of respect for. Jordan played really, really good football for us, played at an extremely high level, and he was even better off the field and what he was able to give to this football team. So an amazing career, one that needs to be celebrated. And just want you to know that we support him, obviously, in his decision. We'll miss him, but he's somebody that I have a ton of respect for. I think that oftentimes happens, Chris, in football when you lose a player due to injury or retirement or whatever. There's opportunities that come up for younger players, and you know, in this day and age, young players play early in this at these positions. So they may be counted on, and that's why we're working so hard. That's why we're trying to be efficient with everything we do, maximize every rep and minute that we have with these young men to get them ready to play.
With that, let's welcome in Garrett Bush from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show and the Barbershop. G. Bush, it's probably not a surprise. You had heard first couple of days, personal reasons, Jordan Hicks wasn't there. Today, the announcements, they had to be in communication, and I would gather it was not a surprise.
Yeah, listen, I think the Cleveland Browns may have known something about this a little bit earlier than that. You had an opportunity when you look at the Carson Schlesinger move. It looks a lot different at this point because now, it kind of was a head scratcher. Like, okay, well, we kind of knew what it was with JOK, and he kind of announced that he was going to be on the, on the PUP list or a guy that was not going to be playing all year. And then we're like, okay, we got Jordan Hicks. And now you look at it and you got Devin Bush, who is, have some off the field issues, and we don't know what's going on with him and his availability. And now you take a look at Jordan Hicks, who was a guy who was kind of filled that role. And the Cleveland Browns have done this for a while. They've done it with Goodson. They did it with some of the other Walker that was one of the linebackers, and so they usually have a guy, Anthony Walker. They usually have a guy who's a veteran and a guy that they bring in to kind of be the leader of the defense, and especially to give them that leadership on and off the field. So when you kind of look at the way it kind of came down, you see why Carson Schlesinger in the second round, when people kind of were scratching their head a little bit like, whoa, linebacker, I didn't see this one coming. This makes a little more sense. Now, obviously, Jordan Hicks is a guy who is a consummate professional. So this has probably been something that came down the pipeline. This was something that maybe that the organization knew. Kevin Stefanski might have known this. He may have given them a little heads up like, hey, look, hey, I'm going through this right now. I don't know. I don't want to, hold the, I don't want to hold the organization hostage here. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I might retire, but and then, they say, hey, I'll be in shape. Don't worry about it. I'll still work out. Give me a little time to think about it. And so you take a look at it, and he comes back and says, okay, yeah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it in me. And trust me, those guys know when it ain't for them, because to get ramped up and to do what they need to do to put their bodies through it, being at camp, seeing Joe Bitonio go through that 100-degree heat, it's a different thing to be able to come back and do that.
Yeah, and Jerome Baker, a local kid, another veteran that they signed. So all those signs point to them having an idea of this.